We had an amazing weekend at home this past weekend. We got a lot of gardening work done, stuff around the house, but today's thrifting day.
Back to work.
Aw, darn. Yes. Look at me, remembering my tote bag. Who am I? Just so you know, I have these tote bags in my car 99% of the time that we go shopping at Goodwill, and I forget them 98.5% of the time.
Isn't that a normal thing? You're always getting there and you're like, oh, I left my bags in the car.
We've got our tote today, so I think this is a good sign. This has a big chip in it. It's pretty nice handmade blown glass bowl for $4.99, but big chip. This is kind of nice. This would be good for nativity scenes for Christmas decor. It's a carved wooden camel, and I like this one because it has these little, are those bells that hang off it? Kind of like the ones we saw in Egypt where they were kind of dangling at the side, or are those water jugs?
I don't know.
It's $4.99. Our half off color today is red. This was made in Israel, it looks like. And it's missing a couple
bells
Someone's either
or
gonna
water
go
jugs.
thirsty or it's not gonna be as noisy. It's still really pretty on this side though. Some good, oh no, he's got an ear chip too. And he's missing something.
Missing up here? Like a saddle of some kind?
Or a wise man or something. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna put it back. This is a nice vintage, probably 70s Pacific stoneware vase. It's $7.99. It's in really good condition. I'm not in love with it though. I actually would like it better if it was just this side. It's not bad design. It is really pretty. It's just a little bit 70s boho, which is not selling as well these days. Something that is selling really well are seashell anything. What is this? I can't read that. It's $3.99. We're definitely getting it. It would make a great soap dish or ring dish. It's a really pretty color. I'm not sure who it's by, but it does appear to be an older stamp. I'll have to do a little research and let you know. Oh man, there was a minute where that was very back in, but the minute has passed.
There was never a minute for me.
There was a decade in the 80s probably, and then there was definitely a minute, not too long ago. I think that is the cave art that our friend Nicole from our Japan trip and our Italy trip was telling us about in Colorado, I believe. No, I'm wrong. It's in Wyoming.
It's close to Colorado.
It is close, but it's not the same caves. But how cool is that? I'd love to go see that in person. I love cave art. Oh my gosh, this lamp is beautiful. $19.99. It's so pretty. It's not that old. Maybe 90s, early 2000s. Look at the colors on that. Just like a buttercream yellow with this beautiful blue.
All right, let's give props to the Goodwill employees in our area because I know people commented a lot about your stores are so clean. Look at how organized the harps are for the lamps.
By size. That's amazing. And all of the cords are nicely wrapped up. It's fantastic. I feel like people are more likely to buy it if it looks nicer on the shelf like this instead of just a piled up mess. This is beautiful. What are you? Oh, I can tell. It's Scottish. Scottish thistle. Finest stoneware made in Scotland. Might need to get this set. That's beautiful. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 full sets and the teapot. Wow, this is really pretty. $29.99 just for the teapot. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research first, because these will add up. Yeah, $7.99 each of those. If you ever wanted to know what I drank all of my hot cocoa out of growing up, it was this pattern, this set, but in green instead of the blue. I'm pretty sure it was a green. That's what we had. I couldn't leave it behind. I just couldn't leave it behind. It's so beautiful. And the set was all there. There were all 8 cups and saucers and this beautiful teapot.
Tea party at our house.
Yay! I love this. We can have a backyard tea party before I sell it. I feel like it's very fitting because we just announced the other day that we are taking a group of you to Scotland, and we are definitely going to be having afternoon tea together. This set just needs to go to the right person. It's all in pristine condition. There were no chips on any of the pieces, and I feel like that means that somebody either didn't use it or they took really good care of it. And so I just wanted to save this from the thrift store and make sure that it ends up in the hands of somebody who's going to love it and use it and have some very special afternoon tea parties. I'm not messing around. We brought packing materials with us. Do not want this getting chipped. Is that salt?
We could break off chunks and put it in our salt grinder. This could save us quite a bit of money on salt. Actually, no, $7.99.
Nope,
I could
you
probably
can get a whole bunch of salt for that. Someone monogrammed their ashtray, look, with an A. The Hyde Park, USA, 1981, $4.99.
It's removable.
Oh, so someone could change it and put their own.
Yeah.
It's in really good condition. It's a beautiful color. We're gonna get that for $5. Maybe somebody with an A will want it. What's funny is that this one kind of reminded me of a bee, and then I flipped it over and it says Hive, 2001, $6.99. It's a pretty cool pot. Look at this little cute thing on that vase. Some little critter, $3.99.
It's like Pikachu or something.
Yeah, it could be because that kind of looks Pikachu-ish too. Now it's Pikachu, look. $7.99. It's got one little chip. Let's see if Jesse knows what it is when I come around the corner. Nope, he doesn't know. It's a Potosi.
That's a Potosi.
It's a Potosi.
Really?
Sure is.
Can I hold your Potosi?
That was the calmest I think I've ever been finding a Potosi in a Goodwill. I was like, here's a Potosi. I was curious about this set of canisters because it looks like they have jadeite lids. So I had to look it up, and they are Martha Stewart. They're not vintage. I didn't think they were because they didn't have any writing on them, but still cool design. Kind of a cool color on this lamp, but the bottom is a little rough.
Usually they put a felt thing on there so you wouldn't see how gross that is.
It's $12.99. It does have a few chips though on the very bottom rim. It's like a orange creamsicle. Kind of loving these handmade, hand-stitched.
You want to roll with these?
Let's roll with these. I'm kind of into them. I think they're different, they're fun, and I don't know why I like the Frankenstein stitching on them. They're only $10 each. You can't get a nice footstool or cushion for $10 anywhere else. I can't believe I just found a Potosi.
Potosi, pulse check. Laura, how's it? Oh yeah, that's pretty high.
It's pretty high.
Uh-oh.
So this is not my favorite Potosi design, but I'm still very excited to find it. This is a Potosi for Rosenthal netter. It's a canister. Unfortunately, the top has actually been repaired. That does devalue it. It can be sold without the lid as a nice vase, or even can be used as a planter.
A crock? Counters out what it's called, a crock?
Yeah, you could put utensils in it.
Not your shoes,
Not the
Crocs.
shoes. I do think that I could put a little bit of putty in there, fill it in, and highlight it, and I will note in the listing that it's been repaired. $7.99, no matter what, whether I sell it with the lid or without, however I sell it, whatever I do with it, it's an incredible deal. These sell in perfect condition for over $100, sometimes $130, $140. It's just super exciting to find these in a Goodwill.
Good find for the second stop of the day, right?
I know. I knew today was going to be a good day. I woke up and I had a really good feeling about it. So now what's next? Elisa Larson?
What's next is Habitat for Humanity in Beaverton.
So I got discount colors, 25% off pink purple, 50% off yellow, 75% off orange. Oh, look at this hummingbird feeder. I think that's what it is. Oh no, it's not. Maybe it was just a vase or an oil lamp. I thought that was a hummingbird. I guess it's just a flower because my hummingbird feeders are like this and they hang upside down and they kind of have that bell shape to them. But this one's just a pretty little vessel. Maybe it was originally an oil lamp, $5.50, and it says Hearthrob. Well, I'm trying to read the bottom of this. He's over here finding a Dansk candle holder for $4.50. That's sweet. I've never found that design before.
Can you read it?
Yeah, that one I can read.
A little bit.
Dansk. I think this says Hearthrob.
You're back to this thing again?
Because I really think it says Hearthrob, and I'm very invested in if it does. I'm gonna go put this back.
I'll go
and
put
start
this back, I
looking
guess.
for Dansk.
I guess I'll
candle
put this
holders now.
away.
Apparently, he's winning over there. But I did just find a Batosi, so we're good. This is kind of cool. A rack with these hearts on the end, $8.50. I think if they weren't hearts, it was just more medieval scrolling, I'd want them. These are pretty nice. They're copper mid-century light fixtures. There's two of them, kind of a spotlight style, $25.50 each. They're not super high quality, but they're copper. If they had the little holes like the ones we have, the brass ones we have, I would for sure want them, but $51 for the pair. Was blue one of the half-off colors?
No.
No?
Blue
Okay.
is as priced. This just came out on the floor today.
Okay, not for us.
Same with my Dansk candle holder.
Rub it in, rub it in. This is the sold area, but that's a really nice table. And then this is actually a really cool dresser. I do not like the hardware that's currently on it, but I do like the dresser itself. It's $195, blue tack. Too much work and would need new hardware. We're gonna rescue this pine tree.
This Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Oh, it needs to be rescued.
I love these long needle pine trees.
We've been doing, like we said, lots of yard work, and we were talking about getting another pine tree or two. And then look at this little sad guy.
Can we save it?
Let's try. For $25, I would love to try to save him. Just a guy and his sad pine tree.
I will nurture this tree. I will give it love and nurture. That's all it needs.
And a little sun.
Definitely water. It needs some water.
Yeah, he's thirsty.
We should get this for Charlie, the tree that we just got.
Did you name your tree Charlie?
Charlie the tree.
Do you think that's fractal burning? Kind of looks like it.
Oh yeah.
Similar to the clock, and they kind of put the blue ink over it, which, by the way, is a very dangerous method, so don't try this at home. We didn't know until we saw the comments last time. People have died attempting to do it.
Good news is I had no intention of ever trying that at home.
Yeah, no.
That would require way too much effort on my part.
By the way, I know what this is.
What? Oh, it's a yarn bowl.
It's a knitting bowl. I will never forget. Is this a bird feeder?
Oh yeah, I think it is. I was wondering what these little things were.
First I thought it was a lamp because of the hole on the very bottom. $6.99, that's kind of cool. And you hang it from a cord.
Ends up being a squirrel feeder, actually.
Squirrel feeder in our backyard, that's for sure. Did this surprise you when I put this in the cart?
No, because you got that lemon thing one time.
I did. You're right.
One time surprises
And then
me.
you're like,
Now I'm
okay,
good.
that's her new thing she's on to right now. It's basically Amalfi Coast vibes.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking with this. It was only $1.99. It's in great shape. This is actually a vintagey Pier 1. And I say that because Pier 1 doesn't even exist anymore. My guess is like 2004, 2006, something like that.
Which is 20 years ago.
That's crazy that that's 20 years ago. That's absolutely nuts. I just think it's gonna look really pretty with some greenery or some flowers in the summertime. And then this bird feeder, or if we put it in our yard, a squirrel feeder, because our squirrels take over every bird feeder we've ever put out. We have all kinds of critters in our backyard. I'm gonna show you what we saw yesterday in our tree house. When we bought the house, there was an old tree house. It's falling down. It needs to come down. But we've left it up there because these little buddies like to have their babies in there every spring. That is a cool painting. $39. Needs a frame. Signed, 76. Look at this massive Crater Lake. It's a beautiful painting, $175. Some of you know I used to collect Crater Lake paintings. Then I ran out of room because I have no wall space. Oh, that's neat. You don't see these hanging egg chairs with the vintage stands very often. We have almost, actually I think it's identical to
I know,
that.
it is pretty identical.
So I am gonna get both this frame and that one for sure. And then I'm thinking on this one for 22. I just can't quite tell if that is gonna come off or not. But I'm gonna buy them for the frames, and it's really funny because if you've seen the episode, I think it was the Oregon Coast I did with Brian and Heather a little while back. This is her penguin ice bucket. So every time she goes into an antique store, she sees this little angel girl. It's a Yellow Submarine.
1999 limited edition.
Your least favorite album.
I love Yellow Submarine artwork. I don't like the Yellow Submarine sound.
This is a really pretty floral on a board. I just think the colors in it are kind of different. Very spring, summer vibes. Artist signed Sam, and it's only $22. I think that's a good price for that. I also was considering this one because I like the colors, but the quality is just not quite there with the artist. An arm workout.
It even has a thing so you can walk through your house like this.
Not bad for $10 though. I like
Yeah.
it. I especially love this top section.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wait, is this a marriage? Did somebody add that to it? See the difference in color? And it's a little bit more modern almost. I'm convinced that somebody put this together. I mean, they do line up perfectly there, but this just feels different than the bottom, and it's not just the color. You can see you can easily unscrew it, and all you would have to do is take another candle holder that has a top on it, pop that off, and then you can add this to it. So I'm actually gonna hang on to it for a minute and do what I love to do, which is to set aside something that I will likely not get to for a year or two. But then when I do get to it and I find the perfect piece for it, nothing gives me more joy or satisfaction.
You're gonna find something the right diameter, the right threading pattern, and everything.
And I like a challenge. I also picked up another picture frame, so I got a total of 4 picture frames today. I'm really excited about that because I picked up some incredible, beautiful antique and vintage art when we were on our European trip. And the majority of that art needs frames because it adds so much value to have a nice antique frame when you're selling vintage art. Unfortunately, a lot of the frames were damaged or had really loose corners and needed to be replaced anyways. And a few of the frames, I had to take the art out of the frame in order to get it back here stateside. I'm excited to go dig through the art and see what pieces are gonna fit these 4 frames I got today.
To get a good deal, you either gotta find cool art with damaged frames or not cool art with cool frames.
Yes.
And then you're getting a good deal either way, right?
Because $22 for an actual antique frame that's beautiful is a great deal. But I think it's because the pictures in them weren't maybe that desirable. Don't overlook a really ugly piece of art if it's got a good frame. It might be hard to notice because the art might be so distracting. And then the same goes for the opposite. Don't overlook a good piece of art just because it has no frame, because you can always find a frame or even find somebody who can build a frame for you.
Charlie is needing some water back there.
He's thirsty.
Charlie could use a nice hole and some water. And I think that's what I'm gonna do when we get home.
Yeah, I think we gotta plant Charlie right away. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. When I started my YouTube channel, there was a question that I kept getting over and over again, and that was, what website do you sell on? And I'm so proud to say that I have been selling on my own independent Squarespace website for over 8 years. Before I launched my Squarespace website, I was selling on other platforms, and I was limited to the ever-changing algorithms. Switching to Squarespace completely changed the game for me. I was now able to connect directly with my followers and creatively curate my website to represent the brand that I wanted to build. It has been such a fun, creative journey for me using my Squarespace site, which never stays the same. And that's part of why I love Squarespace. They are always changing things and adding in new features, new customizable templates, and adding in more powerful e-commerce capabilities with Squarespace extensions. These new third-party tools can help you manage your inventory, promote your products, streamline bookkeeping, reconcile and file sales taxes, and even ship your items across the globe. The powerful insights that the analytics on Squarespace offer you will help you gauge how your followers or your shoppers are interacting with your website. You're going to get to learn about your page views, your traffic sources, where everything is coming from, how much time is spent on each page, what content are they clicking on, and where is your audience coming from. These things are so important if you are wanting to connect with your shoppers or your audience and grow your small business. If you are a vintage seller and you are only selling locally, there is the rest of the world that you can tap into. It can seem like a huge transition to start selling your products online, but Squarespace makes it easy. Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial today, and when you're ready to launch your own website, head to squarespace.com/leftcoast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So I don't quite have the right lampshade here at home, but if I had a shorter harp and maybe a little bit bigger of a shade, you can see how beautiful this would look together. I love it with the very natural linen textured lampshade. We don't decorate with a lot of color in our home, as you know. We like to have more muted, calming colors, greens, blues, neutrals, but we do love color, especially cherry colors. And one place that we always decorate with bright colors is our outdoor spaces. This will be such a fun pop of color when we're setting up our table outdoors here, entertaining this summer. Talk about pops of color in an outdoor space. This is my friend Emily's house, and we just got here for brunch. And look at this. Even if you don't do color in your house, there's always somewhere you can do it. Sad Charlie. We've already figured out where he's gonna go. Jesse's gonna dig a hole here. He's actually doing the dishes right now. So as soon as he wraps that up, we're gonna start digging a hole and get Sad Charlie planted and hopefully make him a little bit happier. I was doing research in the car ride home about this little dish, and it was really hard to read what it said. Finally, I figured out it went this direction, and I could make out New Zealand on the bottom, and it says Pippi Dip Bob Steiner, New Zealand. This is a current potter, and I found out on their website that their studio, somewhat near Auckland, offers appointments where you can tour the factory. So I'm gonna reach out and see if when we are there next year, we can go check it out. This was actually not a soap dish, but it came in a set, and it looked like mussels, butterflied, and it's a little dip set. Isn't that so neat? So now I need the other one. So I guess I'm gonna have to get it when I get to New Zealand. Wouldn't this look so much better with something that has much more of a matching patina and almost a more, I don't know, antique look to it? It's just sitting on this one, and as you can see. And honestly, I like it most as just a hanging candle holder. I just think that simplicity looks amazing. Definitely needs to have some kind of a cap on the bottom because it's just unfinished, but that's how I would use it if I was gonna keep it. I think it's gonna look great.
Charlie.
We've got the ginkgo tree over there. Now we've got Sad Charlie, who hopefully won't be sad for long. And we actually just planted a ginkgo shrub bush, kind of a hybrid thing over there. Let me zoom in for you. We got some sad trees that are coming down because they can't survive. Straggler right there. And then there's a dogwood that just is dying. It can't survive. There's just not enough sun for them. And then that's where our treehouse is, where the raccoons are. I think he's gonna be great.
Will he survive?
Oh, we'll make sure he does. We'll give him his best shot. Also, for everyone that might be concerned about our boys being out here with the raccoons, there's actually an entire 7-foot net system that blocks them from getting back where that treehouse is. And the mom knows that the cats are here and she comes back every year. I think that they kind of have an agreement. Our cats are only out here supervised and they go in when the street lights come on and the raccoons go out at night. Don't worry about the boys. Well, thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you in a brand new picking adventure here very soon. This is probably annoying to people.
Yeah, that's been annoying since we left Newburgh, actually.
Sorry about that.
I feel like there's a cow in the back seat.
A cow?
Some sort of animal and their bells ringing.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Today was awesome. We did good. We're gonna get this guy planted back here. Charlie's hanging on.
Me. I'm like, why am I?
I'm planting him right on the couch.